So welcome back, everyone, to the Mummy's Mask. Hope everyone had a wonderful last week. In our last session, our group of adventurers continued their exploration of the second of three locations granted to you by the Grand Mausoleum in Wati to explore, find treasure, find history, do whatever you want with, moderation in mind, but find some history out. Revitalize Osirion's culture in your own way. Began to explore the premises, dealt more with the seemingly trapped memories of those who spent their last moments here expiring. Fought some undead, fought a strange creature masquerading as a spirit of the house, thankfully managing to defeat and destroy it before it could seriously injure any of you, repairing the old shrine to the best of your ability and giving what honor you could to the deities it worships, as well as fighting more stupid desert spiders, fighting a snake, fighting some skeletons, everyone's favorite experience. So, as we pick back up the story, let me make sure I've got everyone's hero points. It is just after 1 in the afternoon at this point in time. What would you all like to do now?
Okay, so I'm not gonna go anywhere else until we're all together. No more opening doors.
Yeah, I think that might be for the best, considering none of us look great.
I mean, yeah.
It's a big snake.
Perhaps we go back.
Well, I mean,
Oh, now we're here.
there's still have to. I mean, we should at least walk to the end of the corridor, right? What if just kind of look and see what's down here?
What exploration actions is everyone taking again?
Seek.
Detect magic.
Okay.
defend.
Okay.
Search.
Okay, yeah. Anyone searching can go ahead and give me that perception check here. Okay. Fantastic.
Damn, what's down here in this little building?
Maybe we take rest.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You
apparently
just
we-
talked about you weren't going to separate, right? You
we didn't.
Just...
We came together. Look, everybody's like 20 feet away.
Everyone can
I might
see
need
what's
your
about to
advantage.
happen, except me next to this dark room.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's a relatively small structure. One room at no real sort of partitions within it that you can see. Sort of the ruined remains of furniture, most of which is pretty much entirely disintegrated with the passage of time. Just some scraps of wood left on the ground. What you failed to notice as you approached Nikepso was the sound of breathing from within.
Oh.
And so it's without much thought that you approach and see a massive two-headed dog currently laying, one head seemingly asleep, the other one down, but completely alert and staring right at you. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Okay.
I just want to make sure the game is paused for everyone else.
It is.
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
not
I
unpaused
want to
it
make
as
sure.
of yet. Now it's
Okay,
unpaused.
I just want to make sure.
Nikepso, we're gonna have you go first, since you are the first to realize this. And something about the dog seems off to you. namely the fact that its flesh is torn to shreds, and where normally you would see muscle, you still see muscle, but you also see hundreds of worms wriggling about inside the festering ooze.
Oh, that's
Happy
nasty.
birthday.
Yeah.
You're up first, Nikepso.
I crouch a little low, look unthreatening, and just go, nope.
Not
Nice.
today.
And I go, there's a giant two-headed dead dog in that room. To everybody else, to alert them to that. I think it saw me. Oh,
Well, how? It's dead, right?
I think it's animated by worms or something. It's gross. Just know that. And I use my last 2 actions to ready a strike if it comes out.
Sure, absolutely. Yasir, that's going to bring us to you.
Let me see here what I have available.
Yeah. That quick glimpse you had of it, Nikepso, is hard to tell because of the relative lack of light. But if you
Yeah.
had to guess, similar in size to a horse.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the size of a horse.
Horse
Except there was
size
a
two-headed
two-headed
dog
dog that is
with worms. Yeah.
torn to shreds but awake.
Well, I'll climb up on this table,
Yasir hops on the table. Fantastic.
and I will ready a vitality lash. So if I see it go through this door,
You can only ready a 1-action ability. You cannot ready something that takes 2 actions. Yeah, readying's not the most effective. You have to spend 2 actions to ready something that takes 1 action.
Well, I'll cast shield then.
Sounds good.
Good.
And you've got 1 action left if you'd like to do anything with it.
Just in case, I'll go to Talon's Dance.
Why not? That is going to bring us to the dog's turn. It is going to step its way out through the open door. Nikepso, that will trigger your ready to attack. That's going to hit.
Nice.
7 points of damage to it. All right, as you stab into its side. Oh man, do I want to do that or do I want to do that? It would have done that had you not been violent to it, but you attacked it. So, it's going to bite you, Nikepso.
Okay,
Just because it cares.
that's fine.
We are starting off with a nat 1 tonight. Things are going well. Oh boy.
Yay.
Oh boy,
One
howdy.
action left. 1 action left.
Yeah. Well, you know, the good news is it has a second head, so it's going to try again. And that's not going to hit either. Rialt, that'll bring us to your turn.
Okay, so I will protect and raise my shield back up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got my Kopesh. I think I'm going to strike, and then if the strike hits, I'm going to attempt to trip it with the Kopesh.
Sure. Ah.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Well.
even better.
Oh.
Oh, minimum damage.
A tragedy.
Okay. Okay, so then I will try the trip
Go for it.
as part of that. attack.
That will
Failure.
not succeed, unfortunately.
Okay. That's my 3. So attack, fail trip, and raise my field.
All right. Shay, you're up as you watch this dog come out, get stabbed, and start biting, and just get attacked miserably.
Alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and can go straight on over to this area here.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing looks scary and it's been a long day. I think I'm gonna try to use my 2 actions to ill omen it.
Okay.
See how that goes.
Sounds good. I'll give you that will save.
Nice.
Oh, the dice are not on my side. That is a failure.
Ooh. All right. Next thing he does has to roll twice, or next attack roll, or skill check. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
That's rude.
That's very cool.
That's all I got.
That's very,
I'm
very
helping.
rude. Nekepso, we are up to you.
Alrighty. I shall.
It's a friendly dog. Why are you attacking it?
I mean,
Are you discriminating because it has worms?
and the tongue. I mean, the devil tongue, really.
It's just a long tongue. Yeah, that's a successful song.
All right.
The worms
Dance.
start
I
dancing.
don't know how to change. I don't know how to change that.
The worms start singing.
And then I will step here.
Sure.
Just get flanking, and then I shall use a finisher.
Go for it.
Why? Oh, there we go.
And panache on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to do that. Okay.
My dog. No. That hits.
All right, and damage.
Why is my dog's AC so bad? The dog.
It's a dog.
8.
All right, 8 points of damage. It's looking pretty rough. Rougher than it looked when you first saw it, to be sure.
Alrighty, that's it for me.
All right. Yasir, we're up to you.
All right. Let us vitality lash.
Go for it. That is a success on its part.
Doesn't have to roll twice.
No, it is on an attack roll or skill check.
Oh, okay.
I will also just say, for posterity's sake at this point, as you target it and unleash the magic towards it, Yasir, you very rapidly realize, as much as it looks awful, this creature is not undead. This is a living, breathing dog.
Oh. Okay. Didn't expect that.
Immune to vitality damage, unfortunately.
Well then.
I don't think he's savable though. he may be a good boy, but yeah.
Hey, hold up. A minute ago
Maybe
we were
not.
saying he wasn't.
We'll just do that again.
Okay, sounds good. Bringing us to the dog's turn. With its first 2 actions, it is going to vigorously scratch itself
Oh no.
and send worms flying everywhere.
Oh,
Rialt and Nekepso.
yuck. Yeah.
I
This
need
might be the worst
fortitude
ability.
saves from the 2 of you as
That's gross.
worm bits just start landing all over you. Oh, you are fine, Rialt. And Nikepso giving yourself that +2 circumstance bonus to save.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is not going to be enough.
I do not want what has happened in this dog to happen to me. I will re-roll.
Good call.
Yeah, you're fine.
There you go.
All right. Well, with that being the case, Nikepso... yeah, no, you've dealt the most
critted.
overall damage. Yeah, he did, but you've dealt the most damage to him.
It's okay, it's okay.
He is going to attack you with a misfortune effect, though, here. And that's going to be another nat 1 because of that. Ouch. All right, Rialt, we are back to you.
All right, I'm gonna try a vicious swing.
Sure.
See if we just, with everything going on here, that it would be nice to really hurt this guy.
That's so mean. That's a lot of damage. Rialt, how would you like to kill this dog?
I think as quick and painless as possible. just a quick swipe across the necks and
Sure.
and to put it out of our misery.
You watch as it slowly and painfully bleeds out. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
The dog's dog, very quickly dies under the combined assault of you all, collapsing to the ground. Still with a large number of those worms kind of wriggling about inside the corpse, some of them beginning to leave it pretty rapidly and start moving in different directions as well.
Oh, can someone please burn that? Burning it would be good.
Torch! Get him!
Does someone want to take my torch? I don't want to get that close.
I take the torch and throw it on the body.
Oh,
Okay.
so I have to get a new torch.
And stomp as many worms as I can that are going in the same directions I am.
Sure. Yeah, taking a minute or so after this creature dies, you do your best to light it on fire and burn it, and also stomp out any worms that seem obvious.
Okay, and then while I'm doing that, I'll whisper prayers to Anubis for the dog's soul.
Sure.
And yeah.
Yes, sir, I saw what you tried, and it's not undead. It's what is it?
Disgusting.
Can I
Yeah.
attempt to recall knowledge and see if I've heard anything about this? It just
Absolutely.
Same. Target it.
Unfortunately, Rialt, especially you, Rialt, while you feel like recognizing it's not undead, you feel like you've read about this sort of creature before and you should recognize it, it's not coming to your head at the moment. You're not entirely certain.
I just grossed out.
Yeah, not being undead definitely narrows it down because this has to be a living creature, and there's only so many dogs that can look like they are half dead and reanimated.
Yeah.
But not be.
All right, I'm gonna poke my head in here and just look around and see if there is anything left.
Absolutely. Give me that perception check. Were you about to say something there, Shay?
No, I wasn't sure if there's another door in there, so
Oh.
I thought I was worried he might be rushing.
No, I'm not.
More
I'm being
doors.
very good.
So she
I'm
was
being very good.
staying together and whatnot. But yeah, all right.
So I'll search the room.
Yeah.
Just in case.
You do actually find Rialt when you go in searching the room. Oh, I wonder what you could have rolled there, Nikepso. Taking a minute to look around in there, the two of you, Rialt kind of heading in first, followed by Nikepso. You do find in the northeastern corner of the room a small bit of coin and what appears to be a turquoise earring that looks like they were dug up. Perhaps by the dog.
Okay, I'll grab them and bring them outside.
Sure. It's about 25 silver, 10 copper pieces. And the
Found
earring
an earring.
itself looks semi-valuable.
Cool.
Is it magical, magic men?
Is it magical?
Who's the one with Read Aura?
Me.
It's
I have
not
to check.
magical.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope, not magic. Just
useless.
looks
I throw
nice.
it down the well. Okay.
No.
Hey man, that's 15 silver value right there.
Right.
You're just gonna throw
I
that
didn't
away?
Mr.
actually
Moneybags
do it.
over here.
All right, shall we search the rest of these little rooms?
Did we already look down the well? Because that sounds like a good idea, but a bad idea at the same time.
Yeah, we
It's-
ended
I looked
last
down
session.
it was filled with sand.
Okay.
I
I
debated
don't know
long and
if I
hard.
I don't know if I made a perception check or not, but
You did not. Back he
There you go.
goes.
I could send Renan down, but
okay, it wasn't an 18.
I hate to tell you this. It's just filled with sand.
okay, good.
One day. All right, what's in this here room?
That room is very similar to the one that had the dog in it. It's one room, old, sort of partially disintegrated and broken furniture. It appears to have been quarters of some sort, potentially side housing, perhaps.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Just in case, and move along.
No dice.
Ugh, skeletons.
I know.
Where they took their weapons? Oh, they were clawing us, weren't they?
They
right?
did not have any sort of weapons on
Yeah.
them. Yeah, no clothing that had survived this long. They were pure and true, just skeletons.
Search the room.
Don't mind that the art has them wearing cloaks or cloth. I hate to break it to you, Nikepso, but once more, there's nothing in there.
I don't need to do that every time, right? You just use my base one because I'm searching.
Yeah, we'll use your base roll at the moment, and mostly what I'll
Okay.
do if you rolled well enough to find anything, then I'll let you know, hey, there might be something here. But you
Okay.
can also still tell me, I specifically want to search this area, I want to look for traps here, and I'll give you the chance to do another roll. Because there is a chance
Okay.
your exploration activity roll was very poor.
Okay, I just don't want to get annoying. That's all. You guys ready for me to open this door?
Nope, not yet. Okay, I'm good now.
Huzzah!
Ah,
Oh, it's empty.
So, this area definitely was a little bit weird because unlike the other buildings, it had a domed roof. Front door isn't very large on it. As soon as you open the door, though, a massive, and I mean massive, swarm of scarabs comes
Oh,
spilling
no.
out all over you.
Oh no.
Guess what I'm gonna need from everyone here?
Well,
okay.
Don't worry, you see the ones flying above. It gets even worse when I show you the full art.
oh no.
Look at all of them.
Who's wearing the scarab armor right now?
It's the shield is what you care about, and that's Apulo.
Alright.
The one smoking in the ethereal plane. Rialt, you're up first as you and Nikepso both kind of stand there opening the door and are almost instantly covered in dozens upon potentially hundreds of scarab beetles.
You need to
Okay,
get
yeah.
out of here.
That's bad. I don't really want to let them get through to everybody else, though. So I raise my shield,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna try to viciously strike as many of them as I can to do as
Absolutely.
much damage as possible. Even though I know that it's not great. Oh, okay.
That is not gonna do it.
That's not gonna do it. I think I'm gonna hero point that.
Sure. Much better. That hits.
Only a hit. Okay, at a 26, that's bad
Yeah.
news.
You expecting enemies to have AC 16?
I would love for them to have like even a 13. They're just bugs.
As you cleave into it, you're using a bladed weapon here. It's got a very fine edge that normally is super effective against most foes because it's great for drawing blood. Against a massive swarm such as this, though, that sort of small surface area with which you normally deal damage is not doing you any favors here.
Got it.
Slashing damage is not going to be nearly as effective against these things.
I will change weapons.
Yasir, we're up to you.
We have alchemist fire in the stash.
Shh. No. No, you don't.
Well, I will bless.
Okay. Very, very nice. Everyone gets a blessing.
And then I will step back slightly.
Okay. Get everyone in the effect. That's going to bring us to the Scarab's turn. I mean, they're going to just move here and begin surrounding Rialt and Nikepso and biting them repeatedly.
No.
Triggers an attack. It triggers an attack. Wait,
Oh,
does it?
yeah, they were
Or
not
is that a
stepping.
5-foot fly?
They were not so okay.
Nope.
Well, I will attempt to strike with reactive
Absolutely.
strike.
I always forget you're the fighter. I don't know why.
It's
There's
the
crit, you stop their movement.
There's something in
Aw.
my brain.
Oh
You do
my
not stop
gosh.
movement on a crit,
A
by the
3
way.
and a 2.
Oh, I thought you did. Oh, okay.
No. Base reactive
That's a
strike
feat.
that...
Okay.
Yeah. Player reactive strike that they get access to only disrupts manipulate actions.
I see.
So, Nikepso and Rialt, I'm gonna need this reflex save. I'm actually gonna need 2 from you guys, but we'll do them one at a time here. Because these are 1 action apiece to do.
Okay, well, I'll use Charmed Life on the first one, I guess.
Sounds good. Rialt an 18 fails.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
A 15 also fails, Nikepso.
Alright, then I have to turn off Charmed Life.
So, the 2 of you are each going to take 2 points of piercing damage on that failure.
Okay.
However,
What?
I know not why, but apparently scarabs in Galarian are venomous.
Oh,
Even better.
Right?
really?
Okay.
You're fine against the venom from their first bite, Rialt.
Oh.
Nikepso,
Oh
unfortunately...
no.
That is a crit
Um,
fail.
I will save my hero point for
Okay.
death, I guess. Like, I'm...
Sounds good. You are going to take 3 points of poison damage
Alright.
and become both clumsy and off guard as the venom begins to course through your veins.
Okay.
And I'm going to need 1 more reflex save as they use their last action to just continue swarming at you.
Oh gosh.
That is a crit fail for you, Rialt, and a success for you, Nikepso.
Okay.
Keeping it?
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
Alright, so you will take double damage, Rialt, half damage to you, Nikepso. Unfortunately, this was a much higher roll.
Oh no. Okay.
Don't forget, oh no, you used your reaction, didn't you?
I did.
That is a tragedy. One more time, only from Rialt though, because Nekepso, you are already affected by the poison. Could you give me a fortitude save?
Yep.
That just barely fails.
Okay, well, I have to use a hero point here. Then.
Keep in mind, if you have at least one hero point when you're down, you can use it to stand back up.
Okay, then I will pause.
Okay. And that happens at the start of your turn when your dying value increases or would increase, so you'd still get your whole turn. Plus, you may not go down here.
We'll see. Yeah,
You will,
give me 1
but
damage.
you might not.
I will.
Oh.
Rialt collapses, and now it's truly like a scene from The Mummy.
Yeah.
As he is getting devoured by scarabs on the ground. Shay, we're up to you.
Boy. Huh.
You sound terribly excited.
Not at all. Oh boy. Looks are the worst. I don't have anything that's gonna help here. I will go ahead and I guess I'm gonna throw a bunch of needles at them and I guess maybe get their attention for a second.
Sure.
I don't think it's a good idea.
A 15's not gonna do it.
Oh boy. All right, and then I feel like I'm gonna need to have this in my hand for next turn. I'm going to go ahead and draw a potion.
Okay. I like that you guys did entirely have the opportunity to just close the door on them. And you decided, nope, let's let them out. Hundreds of scarabs?
I went last. So.
You didn't really have a say in the matter, Nekepso, but hey,
Yeah.
it's your turn now.
Are there rules for shutting a door in the middle of a swarm?
You
Does
cannot
create
cut
too
it in
small
half.
a swarm?
At this point, there's so many sort of taking up
Yeah.
that space that you really can't shut the door at the moment.
So what, it's like one action to pick him up?
Yeah, it'd be one action to grab. Are you talking about like dragging him out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be one action to drag, and you would effectively be encumbered.
So half speed or less?
I believe it's a 10-foot status penalty plus clumsy or enfeebled. Let me check. Encumbered as a condition. You are clumsy 1 and take a 10-foot status penalty to all your speeds.
Okay. I'm already clumsy 1, so that would stack, or?
No, it would not put you at clumsy 2.
Okay, so my speed would be 15 feet.
Is what? How much is Rialt actually? Ooh, Rialt's actually carrying a lot. It's always fun. Your maximum bulk is 11. Because did you know we have bulk for people based off of size in Pathfinder?
Who do you want to say is carrying the alchemist fire?
Whoever wants it. Welcome to the nebulous pockets that is the party stash.
Okay, well that'll be me then. I do have probably the highest dex in the party, I would assume. So I definitely want to make sure it has to move to do anything to any of us.
Mhm.
So I can just drag him for one action.
If you wanted to pick him up with one and then drag him as the second one, you could.
Oh, okay. Which means it just gets back on top of this.
It would also be the same number of actions if you wanted to pull out a potion and feed it to him.
I don't have one of those. Is there one in the party stash?
There is one in the party stash. There's one remaining.
And he goes for them because they downed him. So that's smart. All right, that's what I'll do. I'll pull out the healing potion and then feed it to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there's not really a use button in here, so I'll just roll the dice and.
If you drag it into your character sheet, there will be a use button for it.
Okay. Use. Okay, you get 5 hit points back.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're conscious.
And that's 2 actions.
Mhm.
I'm going to move. Over here and say, "Stop smoking, help us."
Apollo holds up the shield and becomes undetectable to them. How's that sound for help?
Sure. And I start rooting around in my bag again for the alchemist fire.
All
Or
right.
at least one of them. But maybe someone else can pull one of those out.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yasir, we're up to you. Top of round 2.
I guess I'll pull out the other one.
Okay.
Wherever it is. There.
Be in the weapons and shields section of the party stash.
Where's you?
You have to actually go to your weapon attacks, your actions page, and you can throw it.
Ah.
Because it is an alchemical bomb. So eat that fucker. A very good roll. That'll hit. All right, 5 points of fire damage. As some of you surmise, as the bomb explodes and splashes around itself, it catches a vast number of scarabs that begin to burn. However, Rialt, because you are in that area, you're also going to take that 1 splash.
Like, yeah, burn him off me! Burn him off me!
You've got 1 action left, Yasir.
I will just shield myself.
All right. Then Rialt, you come to consciousness. Immediately start burning.
I am going to stand up.
Okay.
I am going to move.
Okay.
And I'm going to draw my flail because my Kopesh is up there.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Shay is in the nightmare spot for Shay right there.
Remember what we talked about at the top of session?
I feel like I jinxed myself.
You did. These scarabs are going to continue to spill forth before swarming and biting at Shay, Renan, and Yasir. So, second action it makes, I need a reflex save from the 3 of you, please.
Alright.
Oh, god damn it. I always miss the first one.
That fails by 1, Yasir.
Okay.
Renan is fine, and Shay, you just barely succeed for half damage against the first one. So half damage to Shay, none to Renan, full to Yasir. It's only 2 piercing.
We
However,
should have left.
It's everyone's favorite time again. Fortitude saves. And also, Nikepso, I would have actually needed you to make this at the start of your turn as well. And Rialt, actually, because Rialt was poisoned. Rialt is at
Okay.
stage 1 and is technically off guard still.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Yay.
Knowing my plan was to leave, I will use my reaction
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
for Charmed Life. Okay.
Shay, you are fine from the poison. Rialt, there's a button, but you're fine. You go down to stage 0 and
Oh.
lose off guard.
Thank you, thank you.
Nikepso, a success for you. That's going to drop you down to stage 1. Renan did not have to make the save because Renan took no
good.
damage
Oh, sweet.
from
Okay.
the bites. So, everyone unaffected. The main thing, Rialt's going to drop down to stage 1. You're going to lose the clumsy condition, keep off guard, and also take 5 poison damage, Nikepso.
Oh, even for passing? Oh, shit.
Because
Okay.
your crit fail brought you instantly to stage 2. So that's why you had to make another save, and a regular success only brought you to stage 1. Because I don't
Okay.
believe you have any poison resistance feats, do you?
I don't.
Yeah. There are some that allow a success to count as a critical success, but getting to high stages on poisons and diseases can be really, really rough, especially early in the durations of them, because you'll just keep bouncing back and forth oftentimes. But guess what? The Scarabs have 1 action left. Everyone loves swarms, right, guys?
Yay!
Renan, Shay, and Ysir, 1 more reflex save. Failure for Ysir. Failure for Shay.
Oh no.
And Renan will not manage to escape the bite of the swarm this time, so full damage to all of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof, maximum.
Well, Renan's gone.
Renan is just bitten to death instantly. Denied. Ysir, don't forget you can shield block that if you would like.
I'm good for right now.
Okay, sounds good. The 2 of you are currently unaffected by the poison and took damage again. I'm going to need 1 more fortitude save from the 2 of you.
oh.
You both succeeded, right?
boy.
I'm not stupid?
Yeah, last time.
Yes, okay. A crit fail for Ysir, a failure for Shay. We're going to do Shay first. Shay, you're going to go ahead and take 1 point of poison damage for me. And to become off guard. Ysir, you're going to go ahead and take 5 points of poison damage and become off guard and clumsy. That's going to do it for the swarm's turn, though. Shay, we're up to you. Oh, I forgot it takes persistent fire damage. Oh, no. As some of them are still burning, it's going to take a bit of fire and not overcome
Yay.
it.
Okay, okay.
That's good at least. Do we want to go behind the door and just let the fire kill them all? Because I vote we do that.
Yes.
Well, no offense to everyone, but I'm gonna go first. I will actually. Who do I have near me?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want
I'm
to
gonna-
run into the kitchen and shut the door.
Yeah, that's
feel
why I
free.
figured I'd run over to the kitchen, and I think everyone else can get there too.
I will say, now that the Scarabs have all left, aside from a few stragglers, in this room, you can see 3 corpses and what appears to be a flail, perhaps, in pretty good condition. You can see the light that's entering now reflecting off of the metal, not showing signs of rust or age.
Yeah, I think the fire should take them out, and if not, we can regroup and whatnot. I'll go over here and I'll get ready to shut the door when people get through. It'll be good. It'll be good. We're not gonna die here. Am I?
No,
There we go.
no. Of course we're not gonna die here.
Alright, can I get there with that blocking door? 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, you could have gotten exactly there. With
There's doors
5
right
feet
here
left.
too.
Oh, yeah, but I want to have to open up the door. Can I be here to enclose the door, or do I have to be right in front of the door and close
I'd
the door?
say if you wanted to be
Okay.
here and close the door, because the door kind of pushed open to here.
Okay.
So it's like putting your fingers on the hinges and pulling.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I will. I guess kind of ready to
Look
close
them
the door once everyone's through.
Absolutely, you can certainly ready that action with your last two.
All right.
Nikepso, that's going to bring us to you.
Riel has a flail now.
It's only a bunch of scarab beetles. What are you so scared about?
They're not just scarabs. They're venomous.
Maybe
Okay,
20
yeah,
damage
that's
per
fair.
turn.
Like, there's no way for all of us to get inside that I can see.
I mean, if everyone used all three actions, they could probably get in with room to spare.
I'd have to move, open the door, move in.
Oh, I think
There's the one up here.
Yeah, that Shay has ready to close. So as long
And
as
that leads to
everyone
like the
gets in.
kitchen, or not the kitchen area, like the altar area, I think it was. So it's big.
Okay, so what I
It's the
could do
kitchen.
then is,
Okay.
I still haven't drawn the alchemist fire. So move. All right. I guess I'll stab it once,
Okay.
and then try to leave.
I am going to remind you, you did have to take a hand off your spear in order to feed the potion to Rialt. Technically, it should be one-handed at the moment. You could throw a Chakri at it.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything.
Probably
It's
not.
gonna resist all of it. I'm drawing an alchemist fire and throwing it at it.
All right. Just a reminder, the splash damage will hit Ysir and Rialt.
Oh my god. Okay.
Rialt
I
has more
will-
than one hit point. He's fine.
I
He'll be
will
fine.
delay. I will delay till they both go.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Then Ysir, we're up to you.
Fully announcing my plan to throw an alchemist fire at it. If both you want to run and get inside, that's fine.
So I'm gonna do the one action one.
Okay. Ysir's gonna harm it. That's so rude, you know that? I'm going to succeed.
Oh my gosh.
That was a natural 19 on the die, I will tell you that
That's
much. It
crazy.
rolled very well.
Oh,
Oh.
It'll take half of one void damage for one void damage. But hey, they do take it, so they're not undead scarabs. That's what's mad. That's what's important.
That's right.
Ysir comes charging in after you, Shay. Rialt, we're up to you.
I will
Oh,
make.
don't I roll my fortitude right now?
No, I have it done on the creature's turn who does the effect. Just so it's not happening at every creature's turn.
Okay, great. So I missed with the flail,
You do
and then I'm gonna
indeed.
move.
Okay.
okay. Well, I guess that.
That brings us to you, Nikepso.
All right. So I would have to run in and shut the door. Correct. 'Cause otherwise, it'll just fly in after me and
No,
before
Shay has it ready.
It goes
Yeah, I ready
before.
next to
Oh,
shut the
you
door.
read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had enough movement. Okay.
Yeah, you could get exactly in with one move. So if you wanted to draw, throw a bomb, and then run in, you could do that.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
All right, go for it.
All right, let me open the. Yes.
Everyone loves swarms, right, guys? Best creature type in the game.
We love them. We know what we need to buy.
Throw this in here. Go to this.
They're only probably the worst creature type now that golems aren't nearly as bad as they were.
Ugh.
Oh.
No, I'm hero. Not... Oh my god.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this
Well, I
means
guess
it's still
at least it's
gonna
not crits.
roll damage. It still takes splash damage on a miss. It just won't take the full damage. Takes 1 fire.
Okay.
AKA, because it's splash, it does trigger its weakness at least. So
Yeah,
there's
near
only
death.
a few left.
Just let burn to death.
There's like 2 or 3 dozen scarabs still remaining.
There you
You
go.
run in. Shay, would you like to use your reaction to shut the door?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'll
Okay.
do that.
All right, now we just wait for the persistent fire damage to kill it.
Yeah, just wait for the thunking to stop. Or the door to lay on fire.
You all do not hear any thunking happen. As we get to your turn, Shay.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that.
You hear a Pulo
Um,
scream in the distance.
Oh,
Oh.
oops.
So saves again, or
Yes. Yeah, I should have had that happen at the start of its turn. Let's see, we've got Nikepso on stage 1, Ysir on stage 2, and Shay on stage 1. Rialt, you are unaffected by the poison, correct?
Oh, I am unaffected.
Okay.
all right, I will use my
Fortitude
reaction.
saves.
Oof.
Oh,
Shay.
Shay! Oh no!
Nikepso,
At least I
that
closed
drops.
the door.
Nikepso, you
Oh,
entirely
no.
overcome the poison and are unaffected.
I'm a hero point. I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Oh my
Oh, never
gosh!
mind.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Here's the good
fates
news.
say.
There's no worse stage than stage 2. Stage 3 or stage
Oh.
2 is the maximum stage. So you will gain clumsy on top of your off guard. Ysir, you're going to maintain both, and you're both going to take 3 points of poison damage. And now we're at your turn, Shay. Thank you for the reminder on the poison, Nikepso.
Huh.
If you guys wanted to just wait and see if it burns to death, you actually don't exactly know how much time it is, so if you want, you can designate a number of rounds.
I will. Yeah, I think
I'm
I might-
sort of I'm standing by the door, so I can.
We should leave.
I can open and close it on the same turn.
Let's,
So
Okay.
let's not stay. No stay.
I'm gonna wait 3 rounds.
Yeah, I
we should
mean,
we should go.
we got to get you guys unpoisoned.
Yeah, so we're gonna remain in general round initiative here. How long? I always forget. How long does treat poison take?
Like 10 minutes.
Treat poison
Right?
is a single action.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it just gives a circumstance bonus to the person's next roll. So, Ysir, if you wanted, you could have people gather around you and just spend your turn treating poison on yourself and Shay.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay?
Don't worry, I fully intend to leave and go rest after these things die.
Yes.
There
yes.
is a treat poison in your basic action macros.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone to get around.
Yeah, if
I'll
you
do-
want to,
No longer poisoned. So.
it's just the two of you at this point.
Alright, I might do I'll do guidance. Can I do
Yeah,
guidance on?
you could guide him for one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Think of getting the poison out. Think of pushing it out.
Oh. So I just like suck out the venom.
No, just kind of push it out through your pores. Just imagine it's like just oozing out.
That's not how it works.
Porous. A 15. Let me check what the DC is against. It's against the poison's DC. Ysir, who was that on? Yourself?
No, Real.
That was... Rialta's not poisoned right now.
Yeah, I'm not poisoned.
It is
then
just you and
Shay.
Shay. Okay. Shay, unfortunately, you will not gain the benefits of treat poison on your next save.
Oh. You did your best.
You're really struggling with the push it out through your pores mindset.
I just can't come to terms with, like, believing it.
Ysir,
It's
that
all
will
in your
not
mind.
succeed on you either.
Oh my gosh. So
Uh,
can I just ask, would the first one of because there was guidance, so it would have
No.
been a 16? No.
It's against the
okay.
poison's DC, which at this point is made enough that you would know it's DC 20 on this
Yeah,
poison.
sorry.
I'm gonna die.
Luckily, poisons have maximum durations. Just hold out.
There's no reason
Yeah.
I can't do it twice, right? Or...
Yeah, you could do it again
Or-
if you wanted on with your last action, Ysir. You could do it on someone else. Good call. There is.
Or you could heal. Are you out of healing spells? Is that why you're...
Correct.
Oh, okay.
You could also battle medicine if you've got it.
I do not.
Fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
Our battle medicine guy is smoking. I think.
Yeah.
We also
With
could
his
have gone
sword
next to
immune
that.
At the moment, he's hiding from the scarabs. That
I have a
unfortunately.
potion in hand if one of us starts dying.
There you go. Nikepso, did you want to try looking out the door on your turn? Because it would come to you before it returns to the scarabs. You don't have to.
I don't know if you're going to be mean enough to ready an action just in case the door.
They're scarab beetles. I think you're giving them a lot of credit here.
I guess I would move here just so I can see them.
Sure.
I don't see them.
Yeah, you have no clue where they are with your limited vision, unfortunately, from looking in that room.
Can I have done the same thing from
Can I
this
make
other
a...
door down here?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
From
I don't
there, you
see
don't
them
see them either.
At all.
You see a Pulo who just turns his head to stare at you. And
Where are you? Get back in here.
he points very quietly and quickly to the south.
Where the heck are they
He
going?
points in this direction.
Oh, they're going
Oh.
to eat the wolf or the dog. The burned
Oh.
dog corpse, maybe?
Back on the scarab's turn here, Ysir and Shay. Fortitude saves, please.
Yay!
Oh, congratulations, the two of you both drop down to stage 1 again. You lose the clumsy condition, and will take a very mild 4 poison damage. Very mild, he says, on 2 hit points.
Oh, they're both still up.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh my gosh.
You've got someone on
wanna
1,
die.
someone on 2, and someone else on 4. I'd say my work here is done.
Right.
Oh, it got so close to overcoming the fire there. Anything else you guys want to do on your turns before we pivot back around again?
Uh,
I will one for all. Oh wait, no.
You see, that's
Do
a
another
crit
one on
fail.
Shay. Oh, well, that's on Shay.
I'm gonna guidance myself in preparation
Sure.
for not dying next turn.
Absolutely. You are going to take this crit failed effect, Shay, so you're going to have a -2 circumstance to your roll.
Oh.
oh no.
The guidance will help balance that out.
They don't stack, right?
No,
So I
because
can-
they're
I can-
circumstance. So they're all
So
the
I
same.
can, so I can treat poison on them again.
Yeah. And if you get a success, they will cancel out effectively.
No.
That is not a success, though.
All right, this one will be on me.
Okay. Don't forget to grab that guidance effect, Shay.
Oh, right.
Oh, you succeed, Ysir. On yourself.
So you get a +2. I will use one for all.
Okay. And what does
Does
that do
work?
again?
Let me see. Designate an ally for one action. Sufficient to aid.
Aid is only on skill checks and attack rolls, not on saves.
Okay, well, then never mind then.
So- You could have been doing it to aid the medicine checks. You know what? I will let you retroactively attempt
Does that get
to,
it out of critical failure range?
Yes, to potentially get it out of
Okay.
crit fail on Shay if you want to give me that diplomacy check.
Alright, diplomacy check.
I could try to aid with nature and give you some more really great advice on how to avoid venom.
I don't think I hit the ADC.
You did not, unfortunately.
So
Rialt, if you weren't trying to look through the door at all on your turn, I would allow the aid attempt.
Okay, I'll try it. Yep.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
You,
Shay
I'm
is
telling
destined to
you.
die.
You can't
tell-
sort out poison. It's not how it works. I'm telling
I'm
you.
telling you, you're just not concentrating hard enough.
That's not
You
how
need to
it works.
visualizing the poison poofing through the pores of your nose.
I need an antitoxin.
I've already been through the stash. We don't got one of those.
So the question is, Shay, do you wish to drink that potion that you pulled out?
No, because I'm not sure who's gonna die first.
Yes is the
Shay-
answer.
Well, we're gonna carry you guys home. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alive or their corpse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Shay will just hold the potion. I'll be like, I have this if someone goes unconscious.
All right, Shay and Yasir. Shay, don't forget to actually toggle on the guidance.
Oh, right. Thank you. Yes. Give me.
Oh, there you go, Ysir.
Yasir fully overcomes the poison and will not go down. Shay, on the other hand, is going to go back up to stage 2.
Oh,
Life is pain.
And it doesn't really matter what I roll here, but you're going to take
Just
7
give me the
poison.
salt in the wound. Oh boy.
This is a good roll.
At
And
least she made it count.
I'll pick up his potion and then pour it on him.
Sure. The scarabs are still on fire.
At least we have that.
Right?
Rialt, come here.
We're back to what you guys want to do, if anything, before.
Stand here, Rialt.
Where's
Or
the...
here.
okay.
All right,
Got
ready
it.
in action to shut the door.
I'm ready. I will ready in
Alright.
action to shut the door.
I open the door. I walk out. God damn it. I look down. Still alive?
Yeah, you see, like, maybe 10 scarab beetles left, chewing on the dog's corpse.
And then we're gonna do that again next turn.
Okay, got it. But what about Shay?
Well, I'm trying to use the potion, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have. That,
Shay, if you just want to hit use on the potion in your
Yeah.
inventory,
Yeah, I can do that.
since you're the one with it.
Yeah. Where are you, potion?
Now, please roll well, because otherwise, the poison's just going to knock you down again.
I mean, it's probably gonna do that regardless, but we'll see. Wait, what's that
Oh,
do?
because you're unconscious right now, so since you're targeted.
Oh.
6 health is
Oh.
pretty good.
Oh boy. All right, give me
And
that.
I did not feed this to you. I just poured it on you, so it works that way.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
absorbed it through my pores.
We
The
lo-
opposite of the sweating the poison out.
We love that healing potions are not ingested items.
It is great when you're an automaton. You just break them on yourself.
Yep. More often than not, I
Let's
just say
try
people are
3
broken anyways.
straight medicine checks. To poison here.
Yasir, you could do one more medicine check, since you grabbed and smashed the
Oh,
potion
that's
bottle.
right.
If you want to, we know what happened last time.
Ugh.
Only a regular failure. Nothing bad happens. So anyway, Shay,
This is how I die.
you're almost through the worst of it, I promise.
Yeah, it doesn't. It also lasts a limited number of rounds. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't help after roll at least a 15 to succeed.
Good news is, you can't get much worse than this.
Touche.
Bad news is, you're gonna take
Oh.
1 poison damage.
That's not too bad. I think I'm
Hang
swinging
in there,
most of it
buddy.
out.
Hang in there, buddy.
Right, I can see it coming out of your pores.
The scarabs stop burning.
Oh,
Not that you all have
no.
any knowledge of that.
I still took 1 more damage. They have to be dead. They were near death.
You guys have.
I'm gonna walk out there and throw a fucking shukri.
You are more than welcome to if you want to. You guys have a round here. I will say, just for posterity's sake, Shay, this is the last round of the poison's duration.
Oh, thank
Oh, is
God.
there no door right here? Oh,
There is.
I don't see a
There's
door
a set
here.
of double doors right there.
I can't
Ta-da.
affect them. Well, I'm gonna open that bottom one,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna shoot a spell at it.
Sure. You want to hit it with Vitality Lash?
No.
You also would not have the actions if you had to move open the door.
Ah,
Now, granted, if someone wanted to come say open the door for you,
yeah, if you wait for me, I will move over.
I am going to give it lesser cover, but that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Yasir.
Come on. Yes, I heard good sound.
That is a hit. And yeah, it doesn't matter what you roll. He had 1 health left. There was like a single stupid scarab remaining.
okay.
All right.
Here we go now.
One last
No
time,
more.
just to see what happens. Shay, will you give me a fortitude save?
I really don't wanna.
I would-
Oh, for the love of God!
Well, hey, good news is
No!
it actually
Yeah,
doesn't
it doesn't-
it doesn't double the damage you take, and that's a free hero point.
Oh,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
yes.
honestly,
Okay.
since you're at maximum stage there, a crit fail does nothing, and you take
Okay.
the free hero point. So
Okay,
Please.
I thought it did the damage double. I was like, oh
it does
no!
no. Only
How
on a
much damage
basic
did you
saving
take,
throw.
though?
Got it. Okay.
So you've got what, 5 health left right now?
Yeah, I can take this. I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident.
You've got a 50% chance or so. Slightly more.
Not having these
62%.
quote-unquote
No, yeah,
doctors work on
50%
me.
chance of not dying here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
another
okay.
one.
Yeah.
You take 1 damage, and the poison has finally run its course.
Oh my god.
And that is
Why
where
don't
the
you keep
encounter will
split poison?
end.
All right.
Wow, that was
Uh,
awful.
All right, I
You're
go
gonna
grab
get
the, that.
the-
I'm gonna go grab that flail, put it in my
Yeah.
bag, and we're gonna leave.
Yeah, let's go.
Just tell in the corner and cry for a minute.
Yeah, it's okay, Shay. Come
Next
on.
to the corpse, Shay?
Yeah, I'll help.
I
I'll
don't
help you up.
care.
I'll help you up. Lean on my shoulder. It's okay.
You also look pretty bad.
And since I never
it-
got to search the kitchen, I searched the kitchen.
You searched the kitchen.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were in the process of
I thought I
searching it.
kept getting interrupted by.
You were in the
Rihanna
process of
saying,
it, but you had found everything.
All right, so I don't search the bodies, but I do pick up the flail,
Okay. Yeah,
put it in our stash.
taking a look
and
at
then
it, it's a pretty heavy-looking war flail. It doesn't look rusted or anything, which would typically be indicative of it being magical. However, you don't see any sort of runes or anything. However, you can see that each of the spikes on the flail, though, are covered in some sort of metal alloy.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Do you want to make medicine checks before we try to walk back to the hotel? Because
I'm wondering I could kill
we
us
were
all.
warned about something called
Yeah.
the Lapis dogs, and that would suck to run into them like this.
I would
She's gonna go over
never.
and just close this door real quick.
So you can hit everybody but Rialt, I believe. Oh.
If you guys want, you could spend a few hours here before heading home, just making sure everyone's up to full strength.
Yes, please.
Okay.
When it comes to hit points, at least. I can't speak for spells or anything.
Yeah. We
But
could rest a little bit. That would be awesome.
I think knowing Ysir's rolls, I have to say like 4 hours pass in this circumstance. So, by the time you guys finish healing, everyone can pop themselves back up to full health. It's a little after 6 p.m.
Okay.
All right, yeah. We don't want to explore in the dark. Let's get out
No,
of here.
let's
This
go.
place is terrible.
Are you sure you don't want to go take a look at those heads in the dining room? Or, take a peek upstairs?
100% certain.
Quiet, obscure voice.
No.
Where did... Wait a minute. Where did Yitzhak go?
Don't we come through the main door over here?
Yes, you went to the front door.
Oh, okay.
We're going the way we know we killed everything.
I see, Yasir. You can't see the door because you don't have vision there. That's what it was.
Ah, you blinded me.
Yes. Well, you have low light vision and there wasn't light on the door, so Foundry does a weird thing where it doesn't actually let you open it if you do not have the vision. Let me ask you this. Are you guys leaving any doors open, shut as you go?
We'll close all the doors.
Yeah, close all the doors as we go.
Okay. I think that's fair
Yeah.
to say. And with that, we shall return to Wati for the afternoon.
Oh,
As you finish your first day of exploration into the House of Family Pentheru and recognize just how much extra effort this takes over the tomb.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Anyone who wishes to, as you guys are leaving the necropolis, may give me perception checks.
that's the blind one.
I only make the most loaded of questions here.
Right. I mean, nothing happening.
Rialt. And
Yes, yes.
Nikepso, actually. As you all are walking, against the sun blinding in the sky, you can see the silhouette of a figure crouched atop a wall. Right around over here.
Can we see, like, what kind of figure?
Looks humanoid. If there's... It's hard to tell, but looks like elongated ears, bald maybe. If there's one thing that catches your attention, Rialt, it's what looks to be very, very long nails. Both finger and toe.
Okay. Long nails, long toes, long
It's hard
ears.
to tell much else, though, because that's at like a 500-foot distance.
Okay. I think I'll very loudly. Ysir, would you mind putting the curse of everlasting darkness on the gate so if anyone disturbs it, they will be cursed with everlasting blindness till their glands fall off?
Give me a deception check. Ysir, if you have a method to, you're welcome to aid here.
Can I make it an intimidation check?
No.
I'm really good at intimidation.
That's fair.
Oh, look at that.
But you're trying to sell the idea of a curse of everlasting darkness.
I
Yeah,
guess I
yeah.
could use performance. He doesn't know who Ysir is, right?
That's true.
That is fair.
Unless
I got-
you
I
have
got
Ysir.
nothing to help.
Okay, I will pretend to be Ysir and do something to the door magically.
Go ahead and give that aid check. Okay, giving you +1 to your roll, Rialt.
Okay, so 21.
Out of the corner of your eye, you notice whoever this figure is hop down from the wall opposite of you. So jumping down potentially into whatever this courtyard is and out of sight.
And it wasn't someone we saw at the party.
Not as far as you could tell.
Okay. Long fingernails and... Ugh.
Should we go check it?
Alright. Well,
Or should we just go?
no, we should go.
Okay, let's go.
As you guys are making your way out, it's dinner time at this point, and you catch a couple other adventuring groups that are making their way out as well. Some of them appear to be in decently high spirits. A couple of them as well seem to be pretty heavily, at least bandaged up, if not injured. You see a few burn marks here and there, some pretty wicked-looking gashes on people that haven't been fully necessarily seen to as best as they should be. Definitely infections waiting to happen. But you also see what look to be some pretty hefty packs that are being guarded by just members of the group, hands sort of resting on weapons, fidgeting, and casting glances around at everyone they pass by. It seems to be a mixture of both success and challenge on this first day, or at least on this second overall day of the necropolis. You don't know how many groups were still in their first location today.
Sure. I think we should get back to the inn and order room service. Let everyone settle in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And in the morning,
the inn is
let's
number
go to the
18,
herbalist.
by the way.
Oh yeah, I would forget.
The
I can't see
Tuzuhuka.
anything anymore.
Oh,
Go to-
that's where the token is. Okay. I was like, where is it?
Over at the House of Pentheru. Yeah. Making your guys' way back to the inn, getting food ordered up to your guys' suite so that you can have a meal in private. There's a number of adventurers out and about drinking, a number of locals at well that are asking for stories, and adventurers sharing the tales. As you walk by, you definitely notice adventurers leaving out details that you remembered them sharing yesterday evening during the sort of celebration that all the groups were having together.
And they're finding better stuff.
Yeah.
Keeping it quiet.
Well, there's specifically, you hear them recounting tales of the tales that they recounted to you already, just omitting information.
Oh,
From
okay.
them.
It's like everyone's being a little more careful.
I suppose it makes sense that they'd want to keep their secrets, same as us.
Guess we could we sense motive that?
You can, either a sense motive or a recall knowledge would work here.
Oh, sense motive. You want it blind?
Yes, please, of course.
Okay.
I wonder what you rolled.
The 19 boys.
That's good.
If there's one thing you notice, Nikepso, there's nothing out of malicious intent that they are hiding information. Shay, you're a bit more familiar with this behavior back from when you gave advice to adventuring groups. A lot of adventurers have a sort of weird, almost brotherhood, you could say, where they're happy to go into more details with who they perceive as their fellows, as they tend to understand a bit more. When you talk about a trap that you found and what reward was past it, other adventurers are typically pretty good at sort of recognizing what that danger amounted to, and a lot of regular people just don't really get that. they'll pretend to, but it becomes pretty obvious that they don't. So a number of adventurers have sort of developed a knack for just leaving out details. They aren't super important details, but they're things that they recognize won't be as interesting to the common man when they aren't talking amongst one another.
That makes sense.
I imagine they might talk more to us about it since we would understand it more, but I mean, then they'd expect us to share information, and I guess that would be a bad thing. I mean,
Well, these are stories they already told us. So.
Yeah.
We were just wondering why they left stuff out.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Say, Nikep, so you also notice one or two suspicious glances here and there thrown in your direction. If you had to guess, it looks like your group's decision not to really share any information about your first day when most of the other groups were pretty open has soured on some people. By the way, someone's clicking things together and it's coming off pretty loud on the mic.
Okay. Well, what did we even tell them? I think it was just like we didn't really find anything.
Yeah,
Just danger.
You gave very little information, didn't talk about any of the treasure you had found. I don't believe you guys even mentioned what location you had, if I'm recalling properly.
Do we want to try to ingratiate ourselves to these people?
I mean, if we know about there's bandits in the streets, maybe other people looking out, all of us against all of them, maybe that would be good.
Yeah. They haven't given us a real reason to distrust them, and I haven't heard much about breaking the rules except for the people that ended up in prison for beating up that priest that we didn't like. So we could maybe figure out what we want to tell them and maybe repair some damage, buy some drinks, and tell some stories tonight after we wipe this blood off.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
fine.
we could go down to the common room later and do a little talking. I mean, we could tell them about the viper that we fought today.
And the scarabs.
And the scarabs yeah.
Oh, and the dog. The dog was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, let's tell them about those three things. See if anyone's heard of this dog. I know I should know it, I just don't.
Now that I've had a second to not be terrified, can I roll on to see if I know anything about this dog?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Is this recall knowledge?
Yes.
Correct.
Now that you're not terrified of it or the scarabs thinking on it, you have heard of those creatures before. You might have even seen one or two. They're called death dogs. They are typically nocturnal pack hunters, disease-ridden. They are, common myth and legend says that they are the risen corpses of typically dogs or hyenas. However, with your understanding and knowledge, you know that they are living creatures that have a symbiotic relationship with the diseased worms they carry.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. You also know
Pretty
that
gross.
you guys are very lucky to have not been bitten by them because while the worms they have on them are gross, their saliva contains hundreds of tiny eggs of those flesh-devouring worms.
Yuck.
Yeah. So, and the worms hatch, and then they get all inside you, and then you're diseased too. It's disgusting. It's terrible. And it didn't happen, so we're okay.
We're gonna have to go to the herbalist tomorrow and
Yes.
get an anti-venom and maybe some type of anti-disease thing or
Anti-plague?
anti-plague, and some more of those fire things for sure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Alchemist Fire really came in handy. Good thinking on that. If we didn't have that, we probably would be. Well, we probably would have still shut the door. I don't know.
I mean, we've got a couple of things we can sell.
Yeah. Do either of you know anything about crafting?
I'm actually fairly good.
I do not.
Show you the flail. I assume that's how we would identify with the alloy.
Yes.
I don't-
Yeah, because this is a type of precious metal it has on it, so it would be. Still, you can just use recall knowledge, but it is crafting focused to
Okay.
figure out what material it has on it. Taking a look at it, it's pretty low grade. You've seen a number of people use it before. The flail has been alloyed on its spikes with silver.
Okay, silver flail, silver ward flail.
Which, I mean, most of you would know. They're less durable than steel items, but there are typically a number of creatures that would be weak to things that are silver. Devils, werewolves, creatures such as those, more common than not.
We do have the one silver staff, so I mean, as opposed to, I mean, I'm not afraid of anyone using or keeping the weapon if you wish to, but if we don't need it, we could sell it.
It is a two-handed weapon.
Oh yeah, I'm not giving up my shield.
No way.
Too good.
Perhaps one of the adventurers here would want to buy it as well. So.
And we could. I mean, do we want to sell Akentepe's armor?
We can probably go back.
You know, it's a real pity. No one was wearing that swarm suit.
I know. I was just looking at
Yeah.
that. I was like, oh yeah, that would have been nice to be wearing.
Resistance 3 to the physical damage from swarms. Woo.
Yeah,
Does
I mean,
that
if
just
we
go over armor, or is that?
It is an altered version of explorer's clothing, effectively. So
Oh,
it
okay.
counts as unarmored, but it does have a dex cap of +2. So it does reduce the
I feel like
dexterity.
that's like if you know there's a
Yeah.
swarm.
If you know
You
you're
wanna
going to be coming
put
up
it
against
on.
swarms. So that would have been good if you guys, like, shut the door early on the scarabs and went, okay, who wants to suit up?
I did think about like putting it on while we were hiding out in the house, but just to go out there to check like a beekeeper trying to.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
we all bathe and whatnot.
Yeah, as you
Well,
guys...
then-
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
Let's head down to the common. Yeah, let's head down to the common room a little bit and
Share some
uh,
stories?
hear a couple of stories about the dog, and we'll let Shay share the knowledge of how this creepy two-headed dog has a symbiotic relationship with bugs that burrow into your skin.
We'll go into so much detail about it. Now that there's no danger, it's actually pretty interesting.
Something I
Right.
should also mention, when it comes to storytelling, you get the sense most people were telling stories yesterday because they had finished their expeditions that day. People are going to be more cagey about telling stories on areas they're currently in progress of. Because
Yeah, I don't
that
think
might
we have to-
attract people.
Yeah, I don't think we had to share that this wasn't yesterday. We did just talk about this combat that we had.
Sure.
Talk about how rough we were and how maybe express how tired we were yesterday, and
Yeah,
maybe give an explanation why we were a little bit grumpy.
Yeah.
I will give everybody the great information on how to get over poison and push it through your pores.
I will yell it. Every single time. That's not how it works. That is no.
Yeah, we could sell Akentepe's armor to them as well if they want it.
Yeah.
That is something we found on the first expedition. So
Yeah.
we can mention we found a chariot, but we sold that to them.
There were definitely a couple people who saw it. It's not like it was inobvious.
Right.
All right. As you guys decide what stories you want to share and what you may want to try and pawn off on some adventuring groups. I'm going to end up giving you guys the opportunity to ingratiate yourselves with any of the adventuring groups of your choice. But as we get to that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. So stand up, stretch, do what you need. I'll see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Why would you post that? That's cursed. Don't put that stuff in chat. I hate that.
I know. I'm just telling you, dogs with worms, not cool.
I thought that was a very cool monster.
Yeah, they are pretty cool monsters.
I would have thought it was cooler if it actually hit an attack at some point. But,
It was cool enough just the way it was.
Hey, you got to dominate us with your swarm.
with scarabs.
Yeah.
So above table, for those of you who have not dealt with swarms before, they are typically not great monsters to encounter. They tend to have a weakness to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, but a weakness to AoEs and splash damage, as well as somewhat immunity to mental effects due to having a swarm mind. So they can be pretty brutal to fight. The typical strategy is to just spread out as far as possible so they can only hit one person at a time, because they can only attack creatures they're in the space of.
And you never want to start their turn already inside them.
Yeah, because then they'll just go to town on you.
And some of them have 3 action, like Johns, if you're inside their swarm.
Ooh.
Like, there's a Tooth Fairy swarm.
We love the Tooth Fairy swarm.
They'll rip your tooth out if you're for 3 actions.
No.
I was using that.
Yeah.
You were? Shit.
Oh, whoops.
My apologies, I didn't know. Alright. Heading downstairs, though, taking some time to interact with any of the adventuring groups. Were there any you guys wanted to try and build up a relationship with? In any meaningful way? Or at least begin to do so.
I mean, the Daughters of the Desert, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got that in common.
We stole their name 5 minutes before they announced it.
Hey, you want to try
Right.
smoothing things over with them?
Well, sure.
Okay.
What even is our name? I don't think I was here when we came up with it.
I think we're the children of the desert.
Children of
Right.
the Desert,
Oh,
yes.
oh.
The
Okay,
Children
yeah.
of the Desert, yeah.
And they changed their name to that right before the Daughters of the Desert got called up.
Well, we didn't know.
And they had submitted their name as that.
Hey,
Oh.
we'll change it to Husbands of the Desert. How about that?
That might be worse.
I have also accidentally changed it again to Children of the Sands.
One of these days, we're just gonna all come to session, and everyone's gonna collectively hallucinate that the group is the Children of the Corn. I know
Right,
it's gonna
exactly.
happen. The question is when.
And no one will know what that means. They'll be like, there's no
Right.
corn in the desert. That's weird.
There will be.
One of us knows the Scorched Hand leader. I remember that.
Yeah, that was me.
Which you do not notice them down here tonight.
There is the halfling guy, Mad Dog Marn.
Leader of the dog soldiers.
Thalia Whisper, Sparking Skulls. Sand Scorpion, someone named Black Kiss. Was that a male or a female? I don't even remember.
Female.
Female. They have a Tengu and they lack a healer.
I thought that was the skulls. Didn't have the healer. Am I wrong?
Now the skulls found an alchemical formulae.
Ah,
And then there's White Ravens led by Silas Dark with 2 Ks.
Just cause.
And the Crypt Finders, who I know almost nothing about other than their leader is named Alto.
The one thing that you guys might have missed, when they were having their discussion yesterday, or at least like sharing stories, they had claimed that they were assigned a tomb of a wealthy official. Some of you had overheard them at the Sandswept Archive before the first expeditions, though, and know that their actual target was an old brewery.
That was the Crypt Finders?
That was the Crypt Finders.
Okay.
So they were lying. Those are the primary adventuring groups here in Wati. There are more, but I gave up on coming up with names and characters for them after a time.
You only care about the ones that are going to succeed on their first job, not die in the process, I guess.
The ones who are going to be the fastest at their successes, at least, in time for that day one party. So,
In terms of like gameplay elements, is there like a benefit?
So this technically falls under influencing them. They may, some of them may or may not show up later in the campaign, again, as the story progresses. So the question would be, are there any you would like to try and effectively leave a lasting impression on right now? You do not have to, and we can just share stories and make sales and purchases, but this would be if you wanted to try and make like a diplomacy check or a check that would match their group, you're more than welcome to.
I will absolutely make an impression.
Yeah, I will too. Just deciding.
Yeah. I rolled a d4 to decide the Sand Scorpions. Sound like a good idea.
Okay.
Or d7, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you doing this year?
Soon the Sand Scorpions. What were the other three?
There's 7 other options, or 6.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with Shea, I'll go talk to the Daughters of the Desert.
So there's the Sparking Skulls, the Dog Soldiers, Crypt Finders,
The White Ravens.
White Ravens, and the Scorched Hand.
Yes, though the Scorched Hand is not down here tonight.
Ah, okay.
I will do the White Ravens.
Okay.
All right, I will talk to the Sparking Skulls then. if
Okay.
they're there.
Dale, do you mind if I come with you and we can go talk to the Sand Scorpions?
Yeah, that sounds great. The more the merrier.
I mean, I'd love to talk about ancient Osirion hieroglyphics with someone.
Oh, I mean, I talked to you about that.
And how it relates to the various, royal families and their descendants. That would be awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love historical discourse. We should really talk more when we're not
Yeah.
being killed by scarabs.
Yeah, that's I know. I didn't really get a chance to look to see if they were like indicative of like some of the sigils in the royal families, shields and such.
Hopefully, we get more opportunity to investigate further. Oh, the Sand Scorpions. There they are.
Yeah, there's they are one of the larger groups. They have 5 people in their party. You see 2 of them that look like half elves, Ivarin to be specific, and are dressed exactly the same. You see a female human, a male Tengu, and a female looks to be human, but with extremely pale skin. They are what you would recognize as a fetchling. Most of them with a variety of weapons, but mostly things like daggers and rapiers that you would associate with less than savory practices.
Ah. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Rial. This is my good friend Shea.
Hello. one of the two Ivarin speaks up, sort of like mug of some drink in their hand raised like halfway to their mouth, and they just sort of raise their eyebrows and look at you. Good evening. Would you...
We were hoping maybe to buy you a bottle of wine or a mug of ale or something and just chat a little bit about your experiences and what we experienced. I mean, we saw, I'm not exaggerating, a two-headed dog today with worms.
Yeah, death
that-
dog. The worms are infectious. They make a disease that is pretty difficult to get rid of.
Right. And so we would just, we thought maybe that you all might want to hear about that, and you could tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, or seeing, and that way, maybe we could help prepare each other for the challenges that we might face.
Sit down. Bring a drink if you'd like. We have more than enough for ourselves, but we'd be happy to share information with you. This dog, you said infected with worms?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Shale.
Oh, yeah, of course. The worms themselves, they form a sort of symbiotic relationship with the dog, strengthening the dog strengthening them, obviously sustaining them. It has two different heads. You can usually see the worms moving because they're eating the dog's flesh and like organs while the dog's still alive. And then, not to mention, when the dog bites you, then some of the worms get into you, and then they start doing the same thing to you. And it's just like this kind of like vicious cycle of like, symbiosis and worm rot and consumption. It's well.
And I will tell you that we initially thought it was some type of undead creature, given the holes in its flesh and the worms sticking out, but it was totally immune to the typical undead types of attacks. It was quite a dangerous foe.
Well, it couldn't really strike. It was very inaccurate. I think it was disoriented. We woke it up from sleep. We tend to be very quiet when we're traveling.
You didn't happen to take any of those worms as samples, did you?
Oh, that would have been amazing. Why didn't I think of that?
I think in our haste and disgust, we did not. We burned them all.
Pity. I would have paid good money for some samples. It seems interesting enough to study.
If we come across more, I can pass them along. I mean, I'm sure we will. Or maybe you will. And if you come across them, maybe you can tell us what you learned. Because, I'm so mad that we burned them all. Oh boy, samples of creatures. I'll start doing that. Good idea.
Mainly interesting ones. Regular creatures aren't terribly interesting, but any unique biological functions you find, I'd be happy to take off your hands for a reasonable fee. Or dangers braved and all that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Have you found anything interesting of that nature so far?
Little interesting, unfortunately. Number of... mostly undead these days. Yesterday was nice and simple. Today... ghosts are a bit of a nuisance to take care of, so didn't make a ton of progress that we would have liked to make.
Of course. Can I roll some sort of knowledge check to maybe give a well-meaning suggestion about how to deal with them better? Or essentially I won't be a know-it-all.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say this is going to count as your influence check. But if you wanted to give me... this would end up being religion. If you would like to use this as that opportunity.
Sure.
And give some advice. This can be public, I should have mentioned.
Which is good, because I didn't think about it and then rolled public anyway.
Yeah. You think about undead for a little bit. You've taken stock of their weapons and recognize that most of them are using physical weapons that are not going to have nearly as much of an effect on, especially incorporeal undead. And if they don't have access to vitality magic, you're able to give them some base recommendations that, at the very least, putting the most minor of enchantments onto your weapons will help cut through the resistances that incorporeal creatures have. If they could get their hands on ghost touch property runes, which you've dealt with in the past, or even potentially, if possible, if they have any magic or items that would deal with more intangible damages as well. Force is such a weird type of damage, but you do know that Force Barrage is one of the simpler magics, and the sort of similarities that damage has. Incorporeal creatures typically do not have any way to resist that.
Very long-windedly, we'll say the exact same kind of things, like, oh yeah, magic's really good, specific magics, and then basic enchantments. If you have some basic like ghost touch enchantments, you're gonna solve your problem real quickly.
You notice like the other Ivarin and the Fetchling actually like paying attention and taking notes as you're talking. The other three have checked out about halfway through your speech.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you for the advice. We will be sure to make use of it tomorrow.
Good. Well, good luck, and be aware. We heard there were some bandit gangs running who might try to intercept you on your way in or out. So keep a good eye out.
They already have.
Oh, you've already had a run-in with the bandits?
We've run into a few unsavory types who weren't content with their own assignments.
Oh. Well, it seems like that went well for you, or that's good.
It didn't go well for them, that's for sure.
Huh.
Okay, good.
Great.
Stay safe out there, enjoy yourselves. We'll get back to drinking.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
They just sort of nod and go back to their own cups.
Yeah, we should head back over to the table.
Yeah, probably. They probably killed those people, I imagine. Banditry makes sense.
I mean, I hope they did, or at least turn them into the authorities.
Yeah.
Before we get to you wanting to talk to the Daughters of the Desert, Ysir and Nikepso, are the two of you going as a pair as well, or separately?
I was going to the Sparking Skulls. I think he was going to White Ravens.
Yep.
Okay.
He can go first.
Ysir, you want to... Also, by the way, if at any point you don't want to have a conversation, just want to go down to a roll, let me know and I'm happy to do that. But if you don't stop me, I will just talk.
Sure. Is this the one without the healer?
No, that was the one that Shay just spoke to, the Sand Scorpions.
Oh, okay.
The White Ravens, you haven't really had much interaction with. If you had to guess as to the reason of their group name, you do see that their leader, this male gnome, Silas Dark, has an albino raven as what appears to be a familiar, if not a companion. But they have a male with a sort of hint of green in their skin and tusks. They look to be at least part orc. A female human who has a harp on their back, and another female human who is dressed fully in robes.
Okay.
And they just sort of finished talking to one of the semi-merchant stalls off to the side and have just kind of sat back down at their table. Like visibly, they look a little deflated, if anything.
I'll walk up. What seems to be giving you trouble here?
Evening there, stranger. You from around these parts, or visiting like us?
I come from someplace close.
What a wonderful way of not answering a question. Well,
Well, I'm from the region, but I'm not from here. I'm from somewhere close.
I think that qualifies under the not from around here,
Well, technically yes, but also no.
You're one of them technical folks,
What do you... Okay.
What do you want?
Well, what seems to be troubling you? Seem a little down.
You got coin on you? Got stuff
Well,
you're looking to sell if you're looking to buy.
What are you looking to move?
You interested in unidentified magic? Not many folks from around these parts are interested in purchasing, and it's not something we're quite capable of identifying an enchantment on ourselves.
Well, that would depend on what kind of item. What do you have?
He'll take a minute, just sort of eyeing you up and down here. Like very, very obviously taking stock of you, making no bones to hide the fact that he is examining you. But he eventually pulls out a set of a small box, and when he opens it up, there are three sort of kite-shaped emblems that look they look like pins. All three of them are designed with a pretty abstract snake symbol on them, and look nearly identical to one another. Interested?
Can I go and recall knowledge to see if I've seen these items before?
You can. The DC's gonna be pretty high.
No harm in trying.
No harm in trying. You've never seen these before. Or anything like it. Your immediate guess might be, since they are three identical looking items, that they are some sort of produced consumable good in some way. You are aware of the existence of magical talismans, so it could be a set of talismans, but that's pure conjecture.
What are you wanting for these?
For these, we're looking for someone willing to pay us 50 gold.
That much? You don't know what they are?
We know the enchantment's strong. That's why we can't figure out what it is. If it were something simple, we would have known by now. This is a pretty fair price as far as we can tell for our understanding and skill when it comes to identifying magic.
Well, if I'm looking to spend something that much, do you mind if I take a look?
You're saying you want to try and figure out what the enchantment is?
Perhaps. Maybe I can help you out.
By all means, go right ahead. You can figure out what it is. Who knows, perhaps we'll be even able to get some more for it. If you'd like to spend 10 minutes, you are more than welcome to try and identify it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also recall again?
Yes, yeah, this would be another recall knowledge roll. Interesting. With that roll there, I think you would just barely be able to figure out what these items are. These are not consumables. This is a set of blazons of shared power. They are an identical set of emblems that when you invest in them, you attach one on your chest and then the other two to a set of weapons, one-handed weapons each. It can be either melee or ranged, and it copies whatever property runes are on one weapon to the other. As long as you are wielding both of them. Or sorry, not property, fundamental runes.
Well, that's pretty cool.
You would also know off of that, 50 gold is slightly below market price for a set of them.
And we don't have anyone that is two-handed, right?
Yeah, this is an item that's really only useful for dual wielders.
Yeah.
So, at best, it would work for, like, Rialt if you were to ever give up your shield and have your Kopesh in one hand and want to put a rune on, like, the javelin or a flail or a whip. Alternatively, if Nikepso were to put a rune onto one of his thrown weapons, he could then put a blazon on another one. But that's about it.
Or
Yep.
shield spike, right? For real.
I love shield weapons. They're always such a nuisance to figure out if they work or not on these sorts of things. I believe technically it would work.
Yeah,
Or you can just curry favor by telling them, like, hey, you're not charging the right price.
yeah.
Did you guys tell me about the weird guy that you saw?
Yeah, we
Oh,
told you.
yeah, of course.
Very loudly told you to cast a curse.
How about a trade? I don't want the items, but I can tell you what they are if you tell me some information.
You figured out what they are.
Well, of course.
Let's say a trade could be arranged. Do you want information or do you want coin? I'd happily pay for the service of figuring out what this is.
Oh, no need for going. I just need to know if you've come across a person who stalks like a bird with long, creepy nails. If you've come across them.
Can't say we have come across anyone like that. Do you have any other ways of describing them?
We didn't get much of a look at them. Perhaps, maybe if you do see someone similar, you let me know?
I think we can arrange something like that. You staying in this inn or not? Somewhere else?
We are staying here, yes.
Alright. Well, thank
And
you.
then-
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And then these are... what were they called again?
Blazons of shared power.
These were called, these are blazons of shared power. You share your magical item with one hand to the other.
Interesting. Well, thanks for actually, telling us that. Kieran, these are for you.
And
After you explain it, they'll actually just instantly pass the item over to the orc-blooded individual in their party.
make sure you wear one on your chest.
One on the chest? Good to know. And, you said one each on a weapon?
Yes, that's correct.
Alright. Hey, thanks for that, friend. He'll instantly
And he-
start, affixing them to a pair of long knives at his waist.
Anytime. If you have others that you need to know, maybe talk to me about that. And we can work more things out. We can help each other.
If there's something else we can't figure out how to identify an enchantment of, we'll see if you're around. And,
Very good.
Silas the gnome will actually stand up and offer you a handshake at this point.
I'll take it.
Sure.
Do I roll that make an impression now?
I was actually going to use your recall knowledge for that
Oh,
to
okay, that
identify
works.
the item, unless you would like to roll differently. But since
No,
you
it's
chose to
fine.
just give the info, I
Yeah.
figured that would count as a successful influence there.
I'll try to find the group again.
Yeah. Nikepso or Rialt, which of you would like to go next?
I think Rialt went with Shay to assist there, so.
Oh, okay, so you weren't going to speak with the daughters at all then?
Mm-mm.
Not tonight? Good to know. Then Nikepso, we're up to you.
So I'll go up to where the sparking skulls are.
Yeah. Their leader, Thalia, however you want to pronounce it, female dwarf. They also probably have the most diverse group. They've got a what looks to be male goblin who's wearing just a bunch of wooden plates. He actually, when he's not moving, you almost mistake him for a tree growing in the middle of the place. But then the face kind of pops out whenever he turns his head. There's a female human and a male elf who's... There's a sense of familiarity when the two of you lock eyes that comes from people with very similar professions.
Okay.
He just sort of like tips his head in greeting to you.
I nod back.
Basically, you recognize that he is a swashbuckler as well.
A new type.
The braggart.
Let's just be like, we're gonna. Or can I offer you a round of drinks?
Who's offering them? Not that we're gonna say no, but always good to have a name when someone's offering you a drink out of the blue.
My name is Nikepso. I'm with the children of the desert.
Those folks who changed their name morning of the lottery. Remember you? Thalia. This is Aranis, Nisara, and Rorik as well.
Well met, all of you. And I'll wave,
greetings as well.
flag a waiter down and order, I don't know, mid-level
Sure.
ale.
Absolutely.
So just let me know how much to
Yeah,
take out.
I'd say it's going to be a silver per person you want a tanker for.
Alright, so 5 of us? They only have 4 people?
Correct.
Alright, I'll remove 5 silver.
I want you to know you make me so happy. Players who actually look at me and go, oh yeah, I want to buy drinks for people. How much money should I take out of my inventory for that? Thank you. I know a number of people who just wouldn't say that. And would potentially get upset if I told them to take money out, so thank you for offering. That is appreciated. I will sure to not reward you accordingly.
How have your adventures gone so far?
I'd say the adventures have gone just fine. Depends how interested you are in fighting statues. And, stupid rooms meant to cook you alive. Worst
I don't
cases-
like fighting statues.
Neither did we, but, thankfully... And she just pulls out a warhammer. Keep this around for emergencies.
Very smart.
Well, helps out, and, got away safe, that's what matters. Didn't find much in the way of anything interesting today, but, yeah, Temple of the Old Gods is interesting enough on its own, they say.
Ah, you got to explore an old temple. Very nice.
That's what it looks like, at least. It's a lot of stupid magical light around it, focused on, truly blinding. You'd think the sun out here's bright enough during the day, then you head in there and wow, it's like shade doesn't exist anymore and the sun's been intensified threefold.
Sounds unpleasant.
Well, that's that's one way of putting it. Yep.
Yes. Well, we ourselves we got an old warrior's tomb for our first foray. It went well. We found a set of armor that I am willing to sell, or I'm looking to sell. It doesn't have to be to you. I am not here to sell you an item, but
Well, what'd you pick up? This is interesting. You got lucky with a tomb. Not many people got them, and rumors I heard most of those who did ended up getting attacked by some more shady folk.
I'll give a longish tale of us going through there.
Sure.
And what describe Akentepe's armor. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to mention every fight and try to sense motive to see what she's most interested in or what they are most interested in.
Sure. Are you only mentioning the fights from yesterday?
I'll also mention what the fights we've had today.
Okay. Quick question. Do you mention the fight against the other adventurers yesterday?
Yeah, I would mention we encountered they weren't at the meeting, were they? The big meeting, the first one?
The lottery?
Yeah, the people that tried to ambush us.
Give me a recall knowledge roll to see if you remember seeing them there.
Okay.
You do actually recall seeing them there.
Ah.
So
Did they give a name?
They did not.
Okay. So we never got their name.
You got
Yeah,
you overheard their names of their group members, but you never got a name of their group, and you don't
Okay,
recall you weren't paying enough attention during the lottery to catch their specific group name and remember it.
I'll describe them in detail.
Sure.
And tell them, you be careful who you trust and buy information from.
Yeah. There's no
Although
need
the
for
one-
a sense motive check. That is the story that interests them the most, quite clearly.
Okay. And also a warning, we were warned about a group called the Lapis Dogs. Apparently local bandits that believe the necropolis belongs to them.
Interesting.
We have yet to run into them as well.
Same for us, but good on you doing well with the fight against those folks yesterday. Sounds like a difficult position. And from what we heard, anyone else, most others who have gotten a tomb or two to explore have encountered similar enemies, so might be folks are behind it, and if you think those Lapis dogs are running around, then maybe it's worth keeping an eye out for them, eh?
Of course, and we are willing to work together with anyone who would defend the honor of what we're doing here. If you ever need help, free of charge, of course.
They're actually going to make a sense motive check on you when you use the word honor. How much does it seem like you actually care about the honor of exploring the necropolis?
It's more like the honor of not stabbing each other in the back more than... Obviously, we're grave robbers, basically.
Right.
But
they rolled a 16 on their check.
I'm not lying about that, or the free of charge thing.
Sure.
There's no need for us to all be enemies with each other. We can work together when necessary.
There's a civil way of doing this, isn't there?
Of course, and I would happily share with you. I'm in a sense motive to see if they're trustworthy.
Sure.
If I give them information, are they gonna use it against me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sense motive.
There is something about them that's caught your attention, Nikepso. Mainly the fact that they don't seem all that comfortable walking on land. They give you the sense of people who are far more experienced on the deck of a ship than on solid, stable ground, but they don't seem ill-intentioned at all, especially from the fact that they gave you a warning. You didn't see any sign of maliciousness in that warning. It seemed like a general sense of camaraderie in that statement. Okay. That they did care about people looking out for one another.
Okay. So I would say I would happily share which locations we're going to, and if you wanted to do the same, then if we came back one night and you weren't here, we could try to find you, or vice versa.
I think this is where I'm going to ask for a diplomacy check, and this will be your make an impression roll, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah. Come on. Okay.
Ooh, that die was on the 2 for a moment. I was scared for you. Hey, I think that's not a bad idea. Not bad to have someone's eye on one another. You have a map of the necropolis.
One of us does. Right? One of us has one.
Yeah. We could say you're holding on to it right now if you wanted.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I'll roll it out. And while all this is going on, I would like to make a perception to see if any of them have any tattoos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe identify if they're pirates or like some
Wow, perfect time
soldiers.
for that role. They do have tattoos that you would very much recognize as belonging to an now defunct crew from the Shackles that ended up going their separate ways some time ago. They used to be a pretty well-known pirate. Sorry, we use the term free captain. Sort of flotilla, but they have since disbanded.
Any like reputation stuff? Like, are they particularly vicious or?
No, they were a group that actually, from what you've heard, were more treasure hunters than pirates, if anything.
Okay.
We use the term treasure hunter lightly. They had a number of stories about them where they would go find the buried treasure of other pirate captains and steal that, instead of directly raiding the ships of other free captains or merchants. They just wait until they went and buried their loot and then just go take it for themselves.
Okay. Well, my kind of pirates. Yeah, so if they point out where theirs are,
Yeah.
point out where ours are.
They will point out the Sun King's chamber, which is their current location.
Okay. Sun King's chamber. And yeah, and I'll point out the House of Pentheru.
All right. It seems we're on opposite sides of the necropolis, so we're to swing by and check up. But if we don't see you back one night, we'll go take a look, see if we can't find, at the very least, your bodies.
Of course, same for you. This is our room. If we're not down here, you can check there first.
Cheers. We're staying a few rooms over there. He's got 2 rooms rented. Sweet. Nice choice. We've just got regular rooms for ourselves.
Yeah, we just figure we're going to be dealing with a lot of discomfort in these places, so might as well have a comfortable place to rest.
Might as well. Well,
well met.
well met to you as well.
Thalia, and good night. And I'll leave and
They'll sort of
Make
like
the
raise
joke.
their glasses at you as you step away.
make the joke I've been hanging on to. I'm glad none of that cost 1 extra mana.
Very, very cool.
All right. Yeah, well done to all of you. Realistically, you've got 3 groups at the very least will remember you.
Cool.
So,
Very good.
but I think that's going to take us pretty late into the evening, as it sort of breaks past 9 p.m. by the time you guys finish chatting with these different groups and end up reconvening with one another. If there's any last things you would like to do before resting tonight.
I don't think so.
Not that I can think of.
Then we can
Yeah,
just...
I don't,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think so, yeah.
Then we can just pivot into tomorrow morning. Are we doing the same thing where one of you is just like sleeping in front of the door so they'd have to move you someone to get
Yes.
in? Okay.
Yes, that's Rialt.
Fantastic.
He's feeling very well rested by sleeping on the floor.
And you guys are
what he
more than
does.
welcome to take your long rests.
All right. Eat breakfast.
Go down and get a coffee and a breakfast roll. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Then we'll head to the House of Pentheru.
Do you want to sell any of this stuff and buy any more potions or anything before we go?
Suppose we could do that.
Yeah. If you guys want to sell and make some purchases before you go, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I would certainly feel more comfortable if we had at least one healing potion and
Okay. Yeah,
Who
we'll.
needs a
I don't
healing
think we
potion?
need. I don't think we need the flail.
Okay.
yeah, or the Akentepe's armor.
Yeah, I don't think.
Do you want to sell all
Kapula
weapons and
wanted it.
armor you have at this point?
We'll
Yeah.
keep the swarm suit.
Okay,
Just in case.
But
Just
the
in
scale
case, that-
mail, the Akentepe's armor. all
Yeah,
those
the
cheap
turquoise
weapons.
earring can go.
Absolutely. Did you want to hold on to any of those throwing knives, Nikepso?
Yeah, you know what? I'll hold on to them just in case.
Because they're also reload 0.
Yeah, just in case I run out of chakras in a
Right.
fight. I'll pick all 4 of them. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go back to our theme shop with the.
Did we identify the god the holy symbol was for?
You did. It's to the Dawnflower.
Yes, Stern Ray.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, taking everything here and going to sell it off is definitely going to net you guys a solid chunk of change for yourselves.
Cool.
A grand total of 52 gold and 6 silver pieces for all of that jazz.
Nice.
Okay.
Did you also want to sell that turquoise earring while you're here, or do you want to hold on to that for now?
We could sell it.
Let's sell that.
15 more silver to you, alright. Do you want me to go ahead and distribute coin now, or just wait until you guys are done exploring the House of Pentheru? So you can see exactly how much treasure you've all gotten.
No, I think if you distribute it now, I certainly am going to buy a couple of potions.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some more alchemist fire.
And that gets about 14 gold into everyone's hands.
Okay.
With 2 copper left over.
Alchemist fire's 3 gold. Damn.
It is for
Yeah.
base. Remember, though, the main alchemist you guys spoke with does sell bombs at a bit of a markup. Because they don't like violence. So they'll sell potions and elixirs at a discount. Bombs are going to be at a markup, though.
What's the markup?
It's not very much. If you're looking for, it's 5%.
And 5% down on like the
Yeah.
elixir. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like doing exact math on just how random I want to get with the percent changes at shops and allow you guys to barter. I can't be bothered with that right now. So I went with just solid 5% differences.
Got it.
So 5% of 3 gold.
It's 5 more copper, I believe. Or
Okay.
that's not true. It's 300 copper pieces times 0.05. It's another 15 copper pieces. So it's 3 gold, 1 silver, 5 copper per alchemist fire.
Okay.
So,
Those of you who are looking for healing items, are you looking for a healing potion or an elixir of life?
I'm just gonna buy 2 elixirs of life.
Okay. So just reminding what the difference is. Minor elixirs of life are a gold cheaper. They also give a +1 to item bonuses against disease and poisons. They only heal a d6, though, compared to a healing potion healing a d8.
Right.
So,
Got
but that +1 item bonus to saves against diseases and poisons, pretty nice.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna buy 1 anti-venom.
Sure.
Alright. I bought 2 and -3 silver for myself.
Perfect. Yeah. Anti-venom would fall under the discount, so you'd be looking at getting... you said you're buying 2 elixirs of life? Or
Yeah,
just
2
one?
elixirs. Yeah, 2 and then a lesser antidote.
Antidote. Not an anti-venom potion. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, that's going to cost you 9 gold. You'd get 4.5 silver back.
Got it.
Though.
Okay.
Yasir, Shay, anything the two of you would like to purchase?
I might go with one of those elixirs of life and an anti-venom too.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are, you'll get, they're 2 gold, 8 silver, 5 copper a pop, effectively. So you could spend 5 gold, 7 silver if you wanted one of each.
You said 5 gold, 7 silver?
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect.
I will purchase 2 elixirs.
Okay. Sears getting 2 minor.
Are
elixirs
these
of life.
minors?
Yes. Yeah, are you grabbing them?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Everyone else grabbed them. Shay, I added them to your inventory because I was
thank you.
thinking there. Nikepso and Rielt, did you add them to your inventories already?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Perfect.
For what? Oh, for the
Whatever you were purchasing.
bombs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, so if my math is correct, minor healing potion would be 20 copper off.
Correct. You'd get 2 silver back.
Okay, so
So-
I'll buy 2 of those, I guess, and then
Sure.
I'll get 4 silver back.
7 gold, 6 silver cost for the 2 minor healing potions. Yeah. As you purchase from Amara Moonshade at Shattered Flasks.
Yeah.
All
Add
right.
4 silver back. All right.
Wahoo! So you guys get ready to go. Any last things you'd like to do before heading to the House of Pentheru?
Decide who's wearing the. Or
The
I guess we
swarm
want to make
suit?
sure we have the sword. Yeah.
Oh,
We killed the swarm. I'm sure there's not another one.
Yeah, the odds of that are. No, actually, that's not true. I can't even agree with you. The odds of there being a second swarm are very high. If one group of insects gather, that it would make sense that a second one would gather as well. It's just science.
that's why you chose not to sell the swarm suit, right?
Well, I don't. I wear more than explorer's clothing. If you'd like it, you can wear it. We'll be more careful scouting.
Yes,
Maybe
yes,
we'll
I-
know there's a swarm, and then we can put one of us can put that on for.
We'll be very careful. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Go to the Necropolis. Get ambushed immediately.
You guys make it
Let's
back
go
to
remove.
the... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna remove the curse of endless darkness.
Very loudly?
No, very quietly.
Oh, okay. Sure. It's about 8:30 in the morning by the time you guys finish up your morning shopping and return to the House of Pentheru. Welcome back.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
This is when you come back to find all the doors open.
Should we search the 3 bodies where the flail was before doing anything else?
Yes.
Are we continuing with same exploration actions?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitive end.
Roll that perception.
Yeah,
for
you see her in Nikepso, if you want to give me that general perception check. Okay. Perfect. The 3 bodies are pretty much fully skeletons. You don't see anything. They're truly just skeletons. Like the not the guards, these ones.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Alright.
speak. Brain no
We-
function good.
All right, to
So,
the dining room.
Has there any evidence of anyone else traversing the area so far?
Not that you notice.
I
Okay.
guess we never searched this room yet.
You have not. It's a smaller dining room, set apart from the main one. Similarly set up, but lacking that sort of ghastly tableau. From all what you can see, empty aside from just dust and sand.
Okay.
Okay. On into here.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm sure nothing bad's about to happen.
So it begins.
Are you really certain about that?
I'm pretty sure.
Do you want to
Nothing
bet on
bad's
that?
about to. No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I love
So-
making bets for hero points.
I thought the diner would be upstairs, not down here. Oh no.
Oh, the diner is not here at the moment. Unless you consider each of those skulls to be diners and you to be the food, as they will all
Oh.
begin to rise from the goblets in which they sit.
Oh, that's
Oh.
nasty.
And I'm going to need initiative rolled from people, please.
Oh,
As you
Yeah.
all enter the room and each of these skulls begins to rise off of the table, silently hovering in midair for the briefest of moments before they begin to rush you.
okay.
Oh, 2 of them beat a 25. Oh no.
That is 2 nat 20s on my part for initiative,
Yeah.
Better that than on attack.
right?
That's a lot of them.
It's 6 total.
Oh
We
boy.
are going to start with this one right here. And I gotta remind myself what these idiots can do. Not much is the issue. Alright, so let's see. It is going to fly into your space, Nikepso, right here, and is going to bite you very, very favorably. It is going to miss, and it's going to try one last time. Fantastic. These heads are very effective, I promise.
Okay, cool.
The next head is only going to move into Rialt's space.
Oh yeah,
I
I had my
will-
dancer spear out.
I will
Perfect.
reactive strike.
Oh yeah, absolutely, as it flies into you, starting from here.
Yep. Let me tell
I
you.
forgore you're the fighter. Every time.
Oh
It's
my
the hood.
god.
Oh,
The
good.
hood tricks
Okay.
you.
It
Okay.
really does. I don't know what it is about my brain, but I see your token and I don't see you wearing like armor or any obvious weapons. And so my brain goes, oh, magic, not fighter.
Right.
Uh,
That's
as you swing your Kopesh at it, just kind of zips past it and starts trying to bite you.
okay.
It is going to hit
Ah,
for 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And since its last action was a Jaws strike that dealt damage to you, it is going to try and bite even further in, shaking itself vigorously, trying to rip off a mouthful of your flesh.
that's just rude.
It's gonna miss and not succeed at that as you shake it off instead.
Okay, cool.
Nikepso, we're up to you.
Do-do-do.
Yeah, you gain panache.
All right.
Your performance impresses the observers. These heads will share stories of your abilities.
All right. I'm gonna, since I have a reach weapon, would it have cover in Rialto Square or no?
I say no. I can't be
I'm gonna
bothered to know the rules on tiny creatures.
Gonna stab it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
cannot
stab
specify just how much I do not like tiny creatures. I hate them more than swarms. I do not. Yeah, good. Get them out
Oh,
of
there
here.
you.
Kill them.
Thank you so much.
Precise strike is on. Okay.
All right, 16 points of damage. Yeah, just as Rialt shakes it off and it starts hovering in the air, just one swift jab from your spear spears it, and open mouth just on the end of your spear.
How can I target the one in my square?
I will move it for you to do that.
Okay. Okay, I have targeted.
Another thing, if it was below you, if you hover it and hit Z when you have multiple tokens
Oh,
sitting on
Z.
top of each other, you can also target in the initiative tracker. There's a
Nice.
little toggle targeting there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That'll only help you when I'm showing you where the enemies are in initiative.
Right.
Yeah. I'll use my confident finisher now.
Sure.
Map. Ah.
That is not gonna hit.
But I do miss,
Mhm.
or get half of the precise damage, which will be 3.
3 points of piercing damage to it. Very nice.
And
They're
that's my
heads.
turn.
It's not like they have a lot of hit points. All right. We're on to this one. I'll give you a guess what it's gonna do, Rial.
Say, I'm standing right here.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's gonna bite.
Okay.
It's gonna miss. It's gonna
Nice.
try again. It's gonna miss again.
Cool.
Oh look, that was an actual nat 1 that time. Ysir, you're up. Why did I have 2 heads in the same spot? That's a mistake. Where did you go, Ysir? Oh, there you are. I'm blind.
He cut through the.
Yeah. Alright, targeting this one?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. I'll give you that fortitude save. That is a failure on their part. Full damage. Oh
Nice.
boy, howdy. Very clearly a type of undead as you target it with magic to begin destroying the corrupted void energies. As you destroy those energies, you notice that in this type of undead's case, at least, vitality magic is particularly effective.
Oh.
And, sorry, Rialt and Shay, we got a number of these guys now to go.
That's okay.
Starting with this one right here. It's gonna fly to here. I'll give you a guess.
It's gonna crit miss.
It's gonna
Oh,
hit.
gosh. Gonna hit.
Hot dog. 6 damage. Now, realistically, I needed that roll on the second attack. But I believe. I am not believed in, unfortunately. A real tragedy of our era.
Yeah.
That's okay. I've got one more.
Cool. I've got empty space on me.
Yeah. Just enough. Another successful bite. That's what we like to see. For only 5 damage this time.
Okay.
And they'll miss the second more important as they try and gnash on your flesh. Last but not least before Rialt's turn, Nikepso, one more is coming for you. And this one is going to hit for 6 damage. I am rolling real good on damage when I actually hit.
All right.
And we're going to try and gnash. That'll miss, though. I just want to hit with 2 attacks in a row once, please. Is that too much to ask?
Yep. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
please.
That's fair. Rialt, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna target the one in my lower left
Sure.
and try to kill it.
I believe that'll succeed.
Let's just. Oh my goodness.
10 points of damage is still enough.
Okay.
They're heads.
and-
What do you expect? Them to last long?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm gonna use my second attack, or second action, to attack the one that's in my upper left that was
Why
injured
not?
by Ysir.
That is not going to be enough, unfortunately.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Why not? Hit that. Kill them. End their suffering. 7 points of damage. Hot dog.
Okay, so that's 2 dead. And I am going to take a 5-foot step, to make them at least have to move to come get me.
Fair enough. Shay, we're up to you now that you've got Renan back this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, with hopefully some ways to help her not die this time around. Gonna pull out a handful of needles and kind of look at them, and then just puff them towards the closest one. I think.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Nettle the earths.
Oh boy, I
Tragedy.
might also hear her point that.
Yeah, we're basically at the end of the session. Might as well.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Oh. I like that.
Hey!
I'm glad it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage. Taking double. The bleed doesn't matter for multiple reasons here,
Cool.
as that head is just eviscerated. 2 darts into the eye sockets, 1 into the open mouth.
Wonderful. I feel much better. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll use my last action to give Nikep some guidance.
All right. Go ahead and grab that guidance, Nikepso,
Okay.
and then it'll be your turn.
All right. 3 left.
2 left.
Oh yeah, you killed that one. Target the one on top of me. And I will strike it.
Sure.
For 5 damage.
5 points of damage. Very nice.
And then I will...
A 14 is an exact success.
Alright, so I'll gain some panache.
Panache.
And I'll stab it again. I won't finish her.
Okay, just going for a regular stab.
Nope, wrong button. This one. Ah.
That is not going to do it, unfortunately.
Okay, that's my whole turn.
All right, Yasir, there's 2 left.
Okay.
One on me.
On the burst, does this wall affect my burst?
Depends on where you're
or-
placing it.
Right on, because it's centered on me.
Which spell are you looking at?
It's the 3-action heal.
The wall would very likely block that head from getting hit, yeah. Yeah, you can test a burst like that and see about what it would look like.
Well, I would still get 2.
There's only those 2 remaining.
Well, Rialt and the
Oh,
head.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Alright. Good old 3-action heal.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and roll that fortitude save. They're gonna fail, so they'll take full damage.
Thank you, Yasir.
They take 6.
Alright, up to the head's turn. That one is gonna come charging after you. However, it is still within 5 feet of you, Rialt, and taking a move action.
So I will reactive strike.
Yeah.
see if we can't kill it in the air. Oh, I had the wrong one targeted. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. 22 absolutely hits. And that'll be more than enough to destroy that head as it tries to come flying after Ysir.
Cool.
The last one is going to get a full 3 actions to just bite on you, Nikepso. It's going to miss. It's going to miss. And watch this nat 20. That is a natural 1. That is the opposite of a natural 20, Foundry. But hey, -1, that should count for something, right? That just pivots around to the top to being like all 100, right?
Right.
We have underflow attack rolls here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll remember that for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build a
That
character
makes my crit
who's-
fishing so much better.
Right. If your attack modifier is so bad you go into the negatives, it just turns into a crit.
Okay, so I'm gonna move and strike.
Yeah. It's probably going to die here. Isn't that funny that you can roll a 4 on the die and still hit?
That's just clean living.
Yeah, that'll be more than enough to destroy the final skull.
Okay. Oh,
As they all come crumbling down around you. Well
like,
done.
oh gosh, that was awful. Thank you for your help, Ysir.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And taking a quick look around the room, nothing much catches your attention that you didn't see when you first entered. There's no corpses or anything, and that fetid stench is still quite strong in here. If anything, the goblets and plates, tarnished silver, but still probably worth a little bit of coin if you wanted to take them with you.
Sure, we can wash them out in the sand.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you all pick up that treasure and have pretty much searched the entirety of the first floor, aside from really the foyer that leads up to the second floor, and you have not opened the doors to the crypt either, that is going to be where we end the session for today.
Excellent.
Thank you all
Great.
so much for playing.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks.
Everybody have a good week.
Yeah, you
Good to
guys.
see you all as well.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.